Salute to my generals, current subscribers, new subscribers, anybody that view. Salute, and I honor thy ancestors, those who fought hard and who were kings and queens and were also generals that, fought through tooth and nail with the least amount of tools to get many of us righteous, real righteous brothers and sisters in the divine space and state that we are in. And I always call down that protection every now and then. So this podcast is going to be all about calling that great protection from that great divine. Great divine, protect the righteous. And that's in any area of our lives, in our families, outside our families, in the world, as we go out and leave our homes and away from our families, and as our children go to school, and as our parents go to work, and as our teachers teach. And I'll even throw the preachers in there, the ones that's real, like all of us are different. It's something that God has put in me, the real God now. I always got to put emphasis on that. Something that great divine just puts in one and puts in a lot of righteous brothers and sisters out here. When we have finally reached that top level of self-awareness, we will see that there are many ways to that God spirit within, that divine spirit, that greater creator spirit deep within. There's many ways to get there, but we become wise. We know it all leads to the same message. Know thyself, love thy brother. Or I said, no, love thy sister, love thy brother, love thy mother, love thy father, love thy daughter, love thy son. Always keep love in the pit of the soul. And why do we keep love? It's more than just loving ourselves. And when we look in the mirror, we keep divine love because the higher supreme being has always loved us. Not soft love now, because just my opinion, I will never put that great divine in a small space or a soft space. It's not nothing soft, because that great divine is more powerful than any one of us, as well as Mother Nature, as some of us have experienced and we see. And it's a lot of things coming at us, as I always say, and a lot of us say, at a lot of angles. And we really got to pay attention, not just in these little spaces. Look abroad. Things are going on in the world. There are people that are in turmoil, even though in some areas and some wars, some parts of the world might not be some of our fight, but still there are people that are in turmoil, that are not living a good life, that have that whole cities, I'm speaking in code, whole countries or cities being just taken off the mat, people, innocent children, things like that going on. I'm speaking kind of hypothetical, but it's actually going on too. It's entities, evil entities in this world that don't give a damn about joy, happiness, unity. It's unfortunate that we got that kind of crap. That's why I say, great divine, protect the righteous, the ones who are speaking truth out here and really mean well and have been putting it down for a long time, because it's not easy on this righteous walk. And a lot of us know that and have experienced it. That's why you hear me so many times say, call down that protection from that great divine. You hear me say that a lot, because I beat it. It's for oneself too. It's for me, self-therapy. And then it's for those that's in my, in my family, my children, significant other, if we have one. Remember, I always say, we start with our family and we work our way out. A bold, fearless, righteous ripple effect. When we take this righteous realm serious and don't care about what person, place, or thing thinks, and just work with that great divine, because that's what we do it for, right? Nothing, no person, place, or thing has to say over that great divine. Now, a great divine will place individuals in our lives, whether it's family members or brothers and sisters, that will help us along this journey, because great divine does want us to have unity, but it will give us that insight. It will give us that discernment. We don't have to walk through this life worrying, It's not even in our vocabulary. You'll never even hear me say that word. When we become wise, and whatever level that is, remember, it's not always age, but when we do hit that wise status and we stick to it, had that stick it to itiveness, if I said that right. Once we get that, we internalize that stick it to itiveness, if I say that right. That's a fun. I like saying words that's kind of difficult and try to, it's like a challenge, But like I said, stick it to itiveness. If you have that internalized and you have been incubating on it and you stay righteous no matter what, because being righteous is not always easy. As many of us brothers and sisters know that has been walking this divine path for a long time. Like I say, there's many roads on this divine path, but as long as we got right in the pit of the heart, we'll be fine. Knowledge will come, wisdom will come, the right brothers and sisters will come. But I'll wake up every day and just say, protect us, divine, protect the righteous. Thank you, divine, for waking us up every day, especially those who are righteous. We talking about the righteous brothers and sisters today, not paying the toxic ones no mind. It's getting tired of that. Let's go. Those in the beginning that's learning and seeking a righteous life. Keep at it. Stay at it. Great divine got you. It's different ways, different teachings, different lessons, but we got to see the signs. We can't be distracted by this bull on the outside of this righteous realm, because there is a righteous realm out here, but you have to know, and you have to really have your pineal gland open, and really see and not be with the dumb mess, and pay attention to the things that are vital in this life, because it's getting serious in these times. Those vital moments, they are appearing, more and more, and it's just be thankful if you have a righteous heart. It's getting to the point now we just got to be aware of things, person, place, or thing. We start with a right heart, like I say, then we get to the spiritual, the education, and the upliftment. But please work on ourselves so we can be ready for these things that's coming at us at all angles on the outside. And they're coming physical, they're coming mental, man, it's coming spiritual. It's something that's been going on for decades, for years, for a long, long time. But we don't know that until we're aware and we begin to search, study, investigate things, and reserve judgment, as I heard Dave Chappelle say, until the facts come out. It's beautiful when we can do that and not just jump off things. It's good to speak off the cuff, and speak from the spirit, because that's the most natural thing, and like I say, all that's leading to a righteous goal, everything is included in a righteous tree, whether it's educated, where it's just spiritually rooted. When you got somebody just speaking straight from the gut, if it's real from the pit of the soul, man, righteous, what comes up comes out. When you're righteous and you're bold and you stand on what we know, we humble about what we don't know. We know what we know. I say that from time to time. Be humble, sometimes that builds momentum, that you feel that shift when we are humble, but not in a soft way. A humble because we know who we are. It's beautiful. So again, I say, great divine, protect the righteous, protect our children, protect those who are reaching and teaching, protect our truth sayers, protect those in the beginning that are just starting on this walk, starting to teach, protect the children that are coming in, that I say from 8 to 30, protect them in that time frame, because those are the most vital times in our lives, in my opinion, because it differs from every era, it differs, but being that this generation is a lot more advanced because of technology and a little bit more intelligent, a lot of them, and I use my son Ethan as an example, what I'm seeing, they're becoming pretty intelligent at a young age. We just got to be in there to guide them, because my son is very intelligent at 8 years old. He's already almost at junior high status, and that's crazy, because when I was 8, trust me, I was smart for an 8-year-old, but in my era, I'm a 70s child, our intelligence was a little different, in my era. So really can't judge eras, because it's different from era to era, especially in this era, this computer age. Everything moving so fast and all this technology, man, all these super phones, these super iPhones, it's crazy. But that's how I judge. I don't judge, but that's how I assess from era to era, But we just got to be in there to guide them, because some things they are seeing and learning too quick, Teach our children to slow down and meditate and think about things, Teach them to watch their impulses, because kids don't know their impulses. But like I said, between the ages of 8 and 30, that's what I call down that protection for, and that guidance from that great divine. We got to speak it into existence, put that energy out there. Don't be afraid to speak it into existence. We can't get caught in, well, this ain't gonna happen, and whining and stress and letting things take you away from ways of creating a solution. Because I will never stop trying to find solutions and get a result in one's life, because you gain momentum. You get so far ahead in life, and you leap bounds when you so heartily look for solutions in every area of our lives. I don't care how challenging it seems. And you say to yourself every day, if we can, great divine, protect us, protect the righteous, protect our family, protect me, protect me from myself, So I can see the understanding in another brother or sister or a family member, and not get caught up in my own knowledge that I have learned, because, if I have awakened and things I know, and not trying to make it like I'm better than somebody, and, it's my way, and my way is the highway. And, I always, that's why I say, that's where that humbleness comes in, because we have a lot of brilliant minds out here, as well as in our families, everybody's on a different type of level, so to speak, but as long as they're right at heart, that's all that matters. As long as they're right at heart and willing to learn and have an open mind, and not trying to cause confusion or chaos, because confusion, chaos just leads to negativity, and it throws you off course, and it takes you off track. It takes you off the path that this great divine has a lot of us set on, even whether we know it or not. At great divine, as I say, a lot of us have experienced those unexplainable moments, whether we think it's God or great divine creator, higher power. We all have experienced little weird moments. I won't say weird, but I would say divine moments in our lives that just make us go, whoa, what was, this we can't explain. So in my opinion, that's that great divine. And a lot of us have experienced this a lot, whether in life or in our dreams, or we've seen it in another brother or a sister or a child, or we might seen it in a family member. If we're paying attention, that pineal gland is open, we'll see divine gifts and little divine experiences all the time. It'll become normal, because when you're engulfed in righteousness, that's what that great divine will give you. That's the perks of having that divine spirit deep within and not giving in. Then also, brothers and sisters, when we do over time, because a lot of us, it takes time. It took me a long time. I'm 54, and I'll say this, I'll reiterate this. It was a time when I didn't know shit. Let's just keep it real. It was a time where I thought I knew something. I didn't know a damn thing, until I started, like a lot of us, until I started studying, researching, listening to some teachers, taking advice from maybe some members of my family. My uncle, he's very wise. My Uncle Terry. Me and my mom, we have good discussions, my brother, my sister, when we finally learn to take the positive things, even from, and learn from some negative, when we get to that state and we're not defensive and we're willing to learn, not soft or nothing now, just willing to learn. And we advance so far in life. We leap so many bounds, and it makes us want to strive for more, because, man, it's a good feeling just being a good brother or sister, young or old. That's where we start. Just try to be right, and like I say sometimes, we got this human body. Things are going to happen. That's why we study thyself, so we can be ready for things on the outside. And I'm not just talking about people. I'm talking about everything. As I said in the beginning, there's a lot of stuff that's going on outside this social media. There's a big ass world out there. And like many of us, those that research, and we have studying times where we study and we look at things. Those, man, those kind of righteous brothers and sisters, we will always advance because we're always researching and looking and stepping into the new, and we're always stepping out our everything is a challenge to us. That's a righteous general, a righteous brother or sister that's like that. I salute you. Pat yourself on the back if you have that divine spirit in you like that. And good morning and good afternoon and good evening, whatever time zone you're in, and do whatever it takes to stay righteous, as long as it's not hurting you or hurting nobody else. And protect our family. Call down protection on our families. I do that from time to time. I did that yesterday. Every other day. It's becoming more frequent. It's like the more we like what we do, and that's whatever it is, whatever, brother or sister, young or old, especially if it's righteous and it's a benefit to you, your family, and anybody that's you come close to. The more we do it, the more we like it, the more we see results, the better we get at it, because it's not work to us when we're teaching or speaking or anything in our lives, where anything that's beneficial to the humanity or culture of this life, man, it's always a good thing, and it's always going to bring good results. Now, it won't be easy all the time to walk this righteous walk, but that great divine will always show us results and show us why we should stick to this path and not waver, because there are lessons out there via social media, politics, celebrities, artists, as we see, learn what not to do on this life so we can stay sharp on this righteous walk. Because I want all of us, truth sayers, those that standing on what we have experienced and know, man, I want all of us to be protected, our families, our children, so we all can be generals. That's all I see. I'm connected to generals. I don't see toxicity. I don't see drama. I just shake my head when I see it. Because what it'll always say, folks, observation can be your best friend, and it can keep you out of trouble. Not observing to the point where we're nosy and going on people's platforms. I'm not talking about that, or going, not just platforms, but in somebody's life in general. No, just observe and study and learn. And guess what? We will learn, because when you're on the outside of all this BS in this life, you will see it all, but you have to be on the outside of it. I don't care what space we in, stick to that great divine. Remember, great divine, Mother Nature, Father Time is the rule and has the say over all this. Person, place, or thing holds no power over that great divine. So that's why I always call down that protection for ourselves, from ourselves. Please, great divine, with every fiber of my body, I draw that energy from that great divine. Protect the righteous, me and everybody else, my family, children, truth sayers out there, those who standing tall, whether you're speaking or not, whether you're spiritual, educated, wherever you are in your life. If you just got a right heart, may that great divine protect you. So that was my message, and something I wanted to speak on. And I talked about it on another podcast, but I had to take it down because it was some kind of copyright on it. But it was another podcast, and salute to the sister that commented on that podcast. I had to take it down, and she comments every so often. And salute to all the brothers or sisters that comment on my podcast and video. I appreciate you. Thank you. Anybody that view, salute. And I remember this moment. This is, a lot of us come into those moments where we know that we connected to that great divine, that positive force that we just can't explain, and things will happen in our lives to let us know that there is a higher power, But I remember this one particular time, and you always hear me say at the beginning of my podcast, I honor my ancestors. Now I remember I got this, might sound crazy now, but I remember I got this message from my great divine, and it came into my spirit, and it said, don't fret. And that's what I want to tell my brothers and sisters, don't fret. And when I heard this, I was driving, and it was right before that thing that we had, what was it, 2-3 years ago, whatever, that thing that we had where everybody had to wear a mask and all that. I'm talking in code, you know what I'm talking about. But it was a day before, I kid you not, I think it was at least a day before or the day of, that I got that in my spirit. It said, don't fret. Because when I first heard about it, as we all did, it was a psychological thing too. It was more than just something that'll make you sick, and it was a psychological attack too. And when you're aware, you will notice that. But if you're not, you would be caught up like the rest of the sheeple. Don't be a sheeple. If you're a sheeple, you ain't gonna see shit. So I remember getting this in my spirit, like I said, either the day before or the day of, and it said, "Don't fret," because I remember I almost had a little bit of fear seep in, and before it could get all the way into one system, my ancestor said, "Don't fret," and from that point on, I didn't fret. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. It's just something that I got in my spirit at that moment, and I'm bringing that up because I'm sure a lot of us, I don't know if I wouldn't say, every walk is different, but everyone has had moments like that. If we're listening to that deep divine voice within, if we're in tune with it, we will come across things like that. We'll come across magnificent things in our dreams. I'm telling you, it'll happen more and more on the regular. It's like the closer we get to that great divine, and the more we connect with Mother Nature, the more divine things we start to see that we can't explain. And after a while, after seeing it, it becomes normal. Some things we don't even tell people. And I'm sure it's brothers and sisters that experience this. Maybe in our families, outside our families, children. Some things are so out of this world that great divine does. Like, wow, I can't even tell nobody this. Like a dream I had one time. I had a dream. I posted this on Facebook. It was years ago. This was even before that I came into a different way of thinking and re-educating myself. This was a little bit before that. You know how you go through that transformation before you really become self-aware. So it was a little bit before that stage I had this dream. And I'm telling you, the great divine was leading me somewhere. And I had a dream. I was in my bedroom and my whole bed lifted up. My whole bedroom lifted up in the sky. And the only thing that was stable was the floor and my bed. The walls were missing. All I could see was the sky. I was like literally like a million, I don't know how many feet I was up in the sky, or if I said it right, feet, but I was a million, trillion, billion. I was way up there because I could feel it. How in the dream you feel like you're really there, and it felt like I could feel it in my stomach that I was rising, and it was weird. And it's like my room was floating on in the sky, and Great Divine took the walls off just so I could see the sky. And it was weird, and I was like on my bed, and I didn't want to move. I was scared I was gonna fall off. And I felt this, like I said, like I was in an airplane. I could feel myself rising up in the sky. And it was, and I remember seeing these, I don't know, black streaks going in the sky, like going down, and it was like, like black little streaks, and they were round little circle little objects, black circle objects, and they were falling through the sky. I don't know what it was. And I was like, the dream was only for a split second, and I was like overwhelmed. And I don't know, it's hard to explain what I felt. It was like joy, but overwhelmed. Almost brought a tear to my eye. It's like that great divine gave me a glimpse, and my life changed after that. I began to do things different. My body changed, my thinking changed. I even changed some of my habits, my eating habits. A lot of things started to change, but I was still working through the transformation. I wasn't there yet. But I just wanted to use that because I'm sure a lot of us have divine dreams like that, or, just you wake up out of your dream, you be like, whoa, what was that? So when we have this protection spirit within us, and we always looking to put knowledge into someone and want to see someone do better, man, we'll get that protection, and we'll exude that righteous protection onto others. Because I think just our energy alone can send protection to those in our circle. Real talk. So that was just some things that was in my one spirit and one wanted to talk about. And just stay in there. I'm telling you, those in the beginning, don't get weary. Remember, Great Divine has control of all this shit. Mother Nature has got all this. Great Divine see what's going on. It's just allowing some things to happen, but the righteous will always be protected. Even when the righteous transition, their spirit still will speak loud. As we see, look at Tupac, look at Michael Jackson, and many others. Their spirit is still here. Like I say, you can rid the body, but you can't rid the spirit. Real talk, especially a righteous spirit. So stay righteous, my generals out there, brother or sister, and in our families. And that's my positive thought. It's my real thought. So again, great divine, protect the righteous that's in our families, outside our families. And I honor my family. Salute. I honor your family. I honor my children, their mothers, brothers and sisters all over the world. May you please keep that ultimate peace in your part of the world, wherever you are right now. And again, great divine Mother Nature, please protect the righteous. Salute.